Oliver walked to the bridge after work, still hurting from lunch. He was 22, but felt much older, tired in a way sleep never fixed. The factory guys had cornered him again. One shoved him hard enough. His teeth cut his cheek. Fighting back only made it worse, and that lesson followed him like a shadow. The Thames was high and angry. He was halfway down when he heard it. Metal on metal, sharp and wrong. Then a voice, small and scared. A kid, swallowed by rushing water. His first thought was to turn around. Stay invisible, but the voice came again. "Help me, please." His feet moved before his brain could stop them. The kid was chained to a support beam, wrists rubbed raw. Looked 8-9, lips blue, body shaking. When he saw Oliver, hope crossed his face, then fear. Like he couldn't tell if it meant help or hurt. That look hit Oliver in the chest. "I'm going to help you." He dropped into the water. The chains were locked with a padlock. "They took my dad," the kid said. "They left me here, and the water keeps coming up." "What's your name?" "Charlie. I'm Oliver. I'm not leaving you." The water was rising. His phone was dead. He looked at Charlie and felt something crack open inside him. Something locked away for years, under all the times he had done nothing. He smashed a rock against the padlock hard. It stayed closed. He pulled the chains with his whole body. Nothing moved except the water. Charlie was crying. "I don't want to die here." Those words hit like a punch. Oliver had heard them in his own head. But Charlie was a kid, chained to a beam, water rising. If Oliver didn't act, he would die. The shackles had hinges. His mind flashed to a toolbox he had seen weeks ago, buried near the north pillar. "Count to 100. I'll be back." Charlie nodded. 1, 2, 3. Oliver ran harder than he ever had. He wrenched the box free and ran back. Charlie had stopped at 73. The water was at Charlie's neck. Oliver tore the box, opened a bent pry bar at the bottom. Solid enoch. He wedged the pry bar into the hinge and hit with the hammer. First hit, nothing. Second dent. Third, the metal groaned. Oliver kept hitting, arms on fire, hands bleeding. On the fifth dent, hit the shackle broke. Charlie's left hand came free, cold as ice, but the right was still chained, and the water covered Charlie's mouth. He stood on his toes, nose severely up. Oliver moved to the other shackle, hands slippery with blood. The bar slipped out twice. On the third try, he was crying. Tears he had never let them see. "Stay with me," he said, even though Charlie couldn't hear. He drove the bar in and swung. Charlie's nose went under. Watched the water close over his face. Not long enough. Oliver screamed, raw sound, full of every bit of anger and pain he had held for years. He swung harder than he had ever hit anything. Charlie's body jerked. Bubbles from his nose, eyes closing. One more hit. Everything he had. The hinge broke. He pulled Charlie from the water. The kid gasped and choked and coughed up river. Alive. Oliver fell back, legs out, holding Charlie. For a second he thought they'd both drown, saved him from the chains only to die here. Then Charlie grabbed his shirt. "Come on. We have to go." They crawled toward the slope, holding rocks in each other. They climbed in inches until they reached the top and collapsed. Oliver lay staring at the sky, hands covered in blood and rust. Charlie beside him, just breathing and being alive. Then Charlie looked at him. "Why did you save me?" "Because nobody else was there." Charlie was quiet. Then, "My dad is going to want to meet you." Charlie looked at the grooves on his wrists. Then he said the words that changed everything. "My dad is the president of the Iron Riders." Everyone knew that name. The Manchester chapter. Oliver felt ice down his spine. "They took him 3 days ago," Charlie said. "Took him and me. Left Metere. They wanted him to watch me die. We have to go to the clubhouse." Charlie shook his head at police. He grabbed Oliver's arm. Oliver could not say no. They walked back roads. The clubhouse appeared behind chain link and guard dogs. A guard saw Charlie and dropped to his knees. "We thought you were dead." "He saved me," Charlie said. He broke the chains. Bikers poured out. Hundreds of motorcycles rumbled into the lot. Charlie's father saw his son and ran, pulled him close. "You saved my son." "Why?" "Because he needed help, and I was there." Charlie's father dropped to one knee. Behind him, 247 bikers did the same. "Your family now," the man said. Charlie's father pressed a card into Oliver's hand before the bikers roared off, seeking the men who had done this. Oliver stood alone in the empty lot, looking at his bloodied hands. Tomorrow the factory guys would still push him around, but he didn't feel weak. He had been drowning for years, chained by fear. Tonight he pulled a stranger's son from the water and broke his own chains too. The river tried to take them both, but they climbed out together, and that made all the difference.